So you want to seize your day at Silver Dollar City? Then let's get started. Okay, so the first question you're probably wondering is when should you visit Silver Dollar City? Well, I would almost always avoid visiting the park on weekends, spring break, winter break, and fall break. Now, these times you should avoid because they're oftentimes the most crowded days of the year, and plus there are better days to visit, including my personal best time to visit, which would be Moonlight Madness, which occurs in late July and early August. Now, like the name suggests, this is the time of the year when Silver Dollar City is open the latest, and on a Saturday in late July and early August, the park is actually open till midnight, and this means you can get a bunch of incredible night rides on their coasters. Now, I haven't experienced a time traveler night ride, but I've heard it's pretty good. But I have experienced an Outlaw Run night ride in the back row, and let me just say, that is just pure insanity and amazement. Because the thing is, Outlaw Run is fully covered by trees, so that means there's basically no light at all to guide you through the course. So you have no idea what's coming up next. Well, of course I knew because I know the layout. But if you didn't know the layout, you would have no idea what's coming next. And plus, the ride is fully warmed up and the back row is the most extreme seat on the ride. So just with all those combined, a back row night ride on Outlaw Run during Moonlight Madness is just simply amazing. Also, I've heard Silver Dollar City's Christmas event, an old time Christmas, is very good. Just be in mind that, yeah, if you visit during winter break, it will be crowded. So if you want to visit that event, I would try to visit it in like early December, probably. It's probably your best bet. So the next question you're probably wondering is how many days do I need at Silver Dollar City? Well, Silver Dollar City is definitely a 2-day park. This is because the park has several coasters and other attractions including shows, food, Marvel Cave, and some other attractions. So if you want to do everything that the park has to offer, you'll definitely need at least 2 days, maybe even three. So next you're probably wondering is when should you arrive at Silver Dollar City? Well, remember the park opens at 9:30 a.m. and closes at 6 p.m. during August. And I would always recommend getting to the park 45 minutes to an hour in advance. This is just so you can beat the crowds and be the first one or one of the first to get to rides such as Time Traveler, which can get a long line pretty early in the morning. Okay, so now let's talk about Silver Dollar City parking information. Surprisingly, at Silver Dollar City, general parking is completely free, and also preferred parking costs $18. Now, with these prices, honestly, I would recommend just getting general parking, except if you have a situation like you're visiting with like a young kid where like they don't want to do much walking, then preferred parking can be worth it. And also, Silver Dollar City does have trams to take you to the main entrance, which from back further in the parking lot, it can be a bit of a trek to get to the main entrance because Silver Dollar City is on plenty of hills. Now you're probably wondering if Silver Dollar City's add-ons such as Trailblazer, Skip the Line system, and the Show Pass are worth it. Well, the standard Trailblazer costs $48 at the time of recording this video, and the Super Trailblazer, which is basically unlimited, costs $78. And keep in mind that the standard Trailblazer gives you 8 skips, while the Super Trailblazer gives you unlimited skips on all their rides. So personally, unless the park is completely slammed, I wouldn't recommend Trailblazer, and if it is slammed, then I would recommend the Super Trailblazer because it's only a solid 30 bucks more, and I know that price can add up if you have a lot of members in your party, but even despite that, I do think it's worth it on those super crowded days. And for the show lovers pass, the thing is this is totally not worth it at $25 per show. And yes, you heard that right. $25 per show. That is just plain ridiculous because Silver Dollar City has a lot of good shows. And now, if it was $25 for just all the shows, I would probably recommend it if you were like wanting to see all the shows. But if you want to see a lot of shows, you're just paying a lot and just kind of wasting your money. as all these shows are included with the price of admission, so in my opinion, the show lovers pass is kind of a waste of money. Okay, so now what you've all been waiting for. In what order should you ride the rides at Silver Dollar City? Now, in my opinion, once you get to the park, you should run straight to Time Traveler, which is one of the park's most popular rides and can build up a pretty long line early in the morning. And then head over to Thunderation, which is literally right next door. Then after that, hit the park's River Rapids ride, Mystic River Falls. Now I would recommend hitting the park's best attraction, Outlaw Run. And then head over to Powder Keg, which isn't that far down the road. And then I would also recommend hitting Fire and Hole next, which is the park's indoor dark ride / roller coaster. And then finally you can hit Wildfire, completing a counterclockwise trip around Silver Dollar City. Wondering, what are Silver Dollar City's rules if it rains? Now, at Silver Dollar City, all major attractions can operate above 45 degrees, which is great if you're visiting during Smoky Mountain Christmas, where the temperatures can get pretty low. And then also, just to note, Powder Keg cannot operate in the rain. This is just because of the ride's launch system, that if it gets wet, it won't function. And then all major attractions will close if there is rain within 10 miles of the park. And when I mean major attractions, I'm mainly referring to all the roller coasters and some of the other big attractions at Silver Dollar City. And also, if a thunderstorm consists for over 90 minutes, you can head over and Silver Dollar City will give you a pass to return later if your day gets rained out. Okay, so now let's get into some of the other attractions that are worth hitting at Silver Dollar City. Now, Marvel Cave is their biggest attraction there that actually was the whole reason for starting Silver Dollar City in the first place. And I've heard great things about the cave tour. I did not get to do it when visiting Silver Dollar City because just time, and plus you also have to squeeze through some very tight openings. So for some people it's not the best idea. But if you're willing to take the challenge of Marvel Cave, I would highly recommend it, as I've heard it's a great cave tour. Probably getting hungry. Let's talk about Silver Dollar City's dining options. So, as with sister park Dollywood, basically anything at Silver Dollar City is gonna be great. And also, like Dollywood, Silver Dollar City is known for their cinnamon bread. Sadly, I completely went past it when I visited Silver Dollar City, but it is different from the Dollywood version, as Silver Dollar City coats theirs with frosting. And the cinnamon bread is located right across from Mystic River Falls. And as for dinner options, a couple great options that I would recommend. One are the House of Chicken and Fixins, which is basically a chicken buffet with a bunch of good old Southern cooking. And then you also have Crossroads Pizza, which is a pizza joint that I've heard has some great pizza. And then also you have, if you're craving some barbecue like I always am, you can head over to the Rivertown Smokehouse, which is also a buffet. So those are all great dinner options. Okay, so now let's talk about the other thing that Silver Dollar City is mainly known for. That is their shows. Now, unlike their sister park Dollywood, Silver Dollar City's shows do have a bit more variety, as the Chris Stanley Show, the Mike Bliss Show, and the show Showdown at the Silver Dollar are more comedy focused than singing and dancing, like is the standard with both Dollywood and Silver Dollar City. But you can get your singing and dancing fix with shows such as Down by the Riverside and others that feature some classic country music. Okay, if you enjoyed this video, remember to give it a like and check out my video on how to have the best day at Dollywood. And also share this video with anybody you know who's going to be visiting Silver Dollar City soon. Also subscribe to Southeastern Thrills, and peace.